And then he asked me, and I said, from erection to resurrection. Brothers and sisters, as part of taking care of the people, we have to ensure that certain industries that are the foundation of this economy, Guyanese economy, are looked after. And in Berbice here, there are two major ones: the sugar industry and the rice industry. And I want to tell you, short time I have, that the propaganda that you are hearing that the APNU AFC coalition is going to ground both industries to the dirt, it's all lies. We are not going to in any way close the sugar industry. If it is anybody that has ground it to the ground, it is the People's Progressive Party. We intend, brothers and sisters, to make that industry profitable again. We have to make it profitable because it is that which creates so much employment, not directly, but also indirectly for so many people across this country. And you know, we have to ensure that before that happens, that we get rid of that board that is made up of so much politicos and ensure that a professional board runs that industry. They're saying a lot of the excuses being that the European Union brought prices down. Yet today in Barbados, we see a Frondel-Stewart government, a very close friend of mine, saying that he has to put some monies into that industry because it rests on agriculture. And when an industry is going to have a nuclear effect on other agricultural industries, we have to maintain it. And we're going to maintain it by not having what you call people conducting the marketing of our sugar in such a catastrophic way as was recently done. And I want sugar people here, Barbicians here, harvesters of cane here. Listen to me. Only last year, in relation to certain marketing of our sugar, that board and its CEO, who is a close friend of the president, did not grab a price of $780 US per ton. They allowed Jamaica to grab that price, and we were then left with $380 per ton. We lost 87 million US dollars because of that recklessness, almost criminal act on the part of the board members. And that is why today $17.5 billion have literally been robbed of you, the cane cutters and the farmers. It is purely what is called criminal, if I will say that. It's almost illegal what they did. And that is why that industry every year comes to us at Parliament begging for money. We have to bail it out all the time. Whilst the board members, the government that implanted them there are giving away the monies through bad marketing skills. We now produce the thing at about 30 cents a pound for sugar, and we are selling it approximately 13 cents. So we give away 17 cents to some purchaser. That is what is happening to that industry. Now, you know what is good for the sugar industry? Yes, it is the removal of the People's Progressive Party. You want a better rice industry? It is the removal of the People's Progressive Party. Let me tell you what they do to rice. And there are lots of paddy farmers here. What they do, they have, through the Petro-Carib deal, arranged a price of approximately $8,000. I understand it is even more than $8,000 per bag. However, they have set up a company with some of their cronies, favorites, family and friends, that set of Fs that F up this place. And they pay $3,000 and rip the farmers and approximately $5,000 per bag. They formed this company made up of some of the senior officials at GRDB and some businessmen. And this is what they do. It is but exploitation at the highest levels, as was found by the World Bank report some 7 years ago. And this is how they manage to get rich and live the Sultanate Maharaja lifestyle that they live. The big chatris and all. Brothers and sisters, as regards that rice industry too, I want to tell you, only the other day, or last night, passing through the village there with the Nanpasod rice mill, huge sets of trucks parked both sides of the road. They're waiting 3-4 days and nights to sell their paddy. 7 years ago, I remember, the call was made then by myself in the Alliance for Change in Parliament. Why is it that some profits from the rice industry is not being used to create storage areas and the silos necessary for the storage of paddy? But these people don't think about you. These people only think about themselves and their alien kind of teeth. You know how much for alien? $2.1 million. And a certain minister put $2.1 million in Shemouth for that dental. Yeah. Some of them got an alien in the mouth. I like the statement that was made earlier that this PPP is not a PPP of the Dragons anymore. This PPP is a PPP of a set of Jagabats. That's the closest they come to J. And we have to remove them come May 11. Brothers and sisters, apart from the wrong management of certain industries that the bedrock of this country lies, is also a nasty thing that we are hearing from the People's Progressive Party, and that has to do with the fact of this racial division that we have in this country. But I am telling you that this 2015 will be the first stage towards the resolution of that political division, that racial division. When I see today so many of our black brothers from all across the country in a village like Whim, oh, it makes my heart, feel so wondrous, so wonderful. And we must replicate this kind of thing all across this country, where in strongholds of our black brothers and sisters, we can have our Indian members going there and feeling secure. This can be done only in an Alliance for Change, APNU government. A government that is made up of the wise counsel of two biblical minds, as it were, David and Moses. And we are going to do it, brothers and sisters, because we have seen for too long in this country that this division, ethnic cleavages, are but a source for our disaster. We must ensure, brothers and sisters, that it comes to an end. And when we have a government that is going to preach the racial talk, we must use that also as good enough reason to get rid of them. So you can't run the rice industry. You can't run the sugar industry. You can't do the politics right so that you can unite a country to build a nation. You then must be gotten rid of. And we are living that which the great leaders of this country always wanted. I remember as a small boy, Forbes Burnham wanted it. And Dr. Jagan also wanted it very badly. And if we are living their examples today, then there is something right about what we are doing now. On this racial question, I want to tell you that it is always when Guyana had a black and an Indian brother playing that cricket team, we bring home the trophies. You remember when we used to beat Jamaica? Alston might not want to hear that. But when we used to beat up other teams, it was always either Rohan Kanai and a Basil Butcher, Clive Lloyd and a Kali Charan, Fredericks, and you name them, Stephen Kamash. Yes, we used to do that. When black brothers and Indian brothers united, we get the trophy. Do we want the trophy? Do we want the trophy? Then we have to unite, brothers and sisters. That is how we have to do it. And we must never be bothered when the rhetoric of race will come into the equation. It will get us nowhere. And we must understand that with the comprehension of people who really are intelligent. Because they are going to come with all kinds of sneakish, nightmarish kinds of deals with you. And we must not allow ourselves to be bogged down or bothered by it. Brothers and sisters, there are lots more that this Alliance for Change, APNU government will bring to the fore. And we are telling you that enough is enough. The rope has an end, and you can only use that rope qualitatively this time around by their removal. Don't be bothered about the bullyism of Bharat Jagdeo. That rope that he is tying around his neck will do some damage to him, not us. And I urge you, as a result then, brothers and sisters, that you make sure that you do the right thing come May 11, 2015. Finally, I want to say this, that you would not know how many people are coming on board, are pleading with us to make space for them in this coalition. I could have never dreamt of some of the names that are coming forward. And last night I was so proud when we had our newest recruit, a doctor, Dr. Surendra Prasad, talking so much about the health policy that we have. A round of applause for Dr. Surendra. And we are going to hear the names of lots more people coming on board, brothers and sisters. The tidal wave will wipe them away. This thing called the coalition, this merger between Alliance for Change and APNO is definitely going to send them to pasture so that they could fatten themselves probably in the pasture land and then come back. But we are not going to allow them to come back that easily, simply because unlike them, we are going to serve the people of this country. And if we do not, brothers and sisters, the right to vote us out, you must exercise. I thank you and a very good night.